morning, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I come to you normally Mondays at 7 p.m. Arizona time. And I haven't been on in a couple of weeks, so sorry. I was on vacation and then got back, and then my daughter was moving, and of course, she was in crisis, and I was helping her, and it just got crazy. So I've been running around like crazy. So sorry, I haven't been here, but I'm here now, and I don't have anything new to share with you because I haven't even had time to dive into any of my new stuff. I got a few new stamp sets. We have a brand new catalog that came live May 1st, and I haven't even been able to actually open it and look at it and see it, but it is, I saw it online, but I haven't been able to actually look at my new stuff. I think I got 2 or 3 new stamp sets, and I haven't even been able to play with them. So everything that I'm bringing to you, unfortunately, is all discontinued. But I needed a graduation card because I have a graduation in the family. So my nephew's daughter, so would that be my great niece? I don't even know how the tree works. I don't even know how that works. Anyway, so she's graduating, and she sent us a little invitation, which was so cute. And she lives in Colorado, so she's graduating the end of this month. So I needed to send her a card, and so I thought, oh, this would be perfect. So I searched and searched, and I don't have too many of the old stamp sets that show all the graduating stuff. Good evening, Mom. So I kind of searched on how to make my own like cap. And then I searched, we have a bunch of stamps that say congratulations. And we actually have a couple, I think that are in the catalog still, but I just searched and I found some, but they're discontinued. But anyways, so kind of searched on how to make a card, and I'm going to send to her. So I went online and I searched her school, and her school is actually ASU colors. So these colors are discontinued. They are, I don't even remember now what colors I pulled out, but we have so many new colors that came on. They discontinued some of the other colors. So these are her school colors, which are actually, like I said, they are, oh, here's the one. They're her school colors as well. So I just pulled them out of my stash because they're her colors. And so I searched and searched, and so I thought, oh, this will be fun. And so I did pull a piece to be able to put on the inside so I can write her a little note. But I just didn't put it on there because this took me like forever to figure out how to make this. So I'm going to show you how to make this little hat because we don't have anything that is this little hat. So I'm going to put a different card color combination together, and it's going to be black and white because I saw one that was also done in black and white, which I thought was super cute. But this is a super cute card that I'm going to send her. So I just thought it'd be super fun. So it's easy to make. So I'm going to, the card itself is easy. It's our standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So, and I just used basic black, which is still in. We still have that as a color. So I just scored that. Then I took a 5 1/4 by 4, and I our white piece. And then I thought this design is super cool, but this is also discontinued, and so you could use anything you have. You could just go through your stash, you could find one that you like, and you could emboss it. So the one that I picked was the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. Again, you could just pick one. And so what I did was I put it through the embossing folder, but I left myself a little bit of room at the bottom so that I could stamp the congratulations. Again, I just looked through we have a bunch of congratulations in several of our stamp sets. And I grabbed this one out of, I think this is I don't even know where it went. Peaceful Moments. I liked it because it's descriptive. But again, you could pick one and you could do that and put whatever one you want on there. So since I'm doing this in black and white, I'm going to pick out my memento and stamp it in black. I'll put my other color away because I'm not using that color. I'm going to stamp this in black. One of these goes to this card. Desk is a mess because I've been trying to put some stuff away, but then trying to play, and that's been kind of crazy. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Put this away before I get myself into this too much. And then I'm going to put a ribbon. And so we have, I think this ribbon is still in. I don't think it's discontinued, but I didn't look, so sorry. So it's our glittered organdy ribbon. But we have a bunch of ribbons that are in there. Again, my stuff is discontinued because I haven't had a chance to play with all of our stuff. So I just took a piece just because it's black, and I thought that would look really cool. You could do white ribbon. We have tons of white ribbon too. But again, I just pulled from my stash. And I didn't do the letters like I did this 2023 because I don't know, I may use it for a different kind of a card. So I didn't put the letters on it, but I do have them. So I can always go back and put them on there later. So I just want this line here, I just want to kind of take that away. And this is a little bit of see-through ribbon. You can still see it, but it'll cover it up enough. I'm going to put that on, and then I'm going to put another glue dot. Take another glue dot on this other end. So our ribbons don't really stick with glue, so you got to put a glue dot on them so that they'll stick. So I want this to be kind of tight across here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put a bow on there. I already tied a bow. But I'm going to make my other piece, my other card. So I'm going to make this piece. So this, oh my goodness, where am I? So this is 3.5 by 3. And then the white piece is 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to glue these two together because the hat that we're going to make, I'm going to show you how to make that too because I saw that online. I had to search how to make that. Super cute. So I'm not going to make, I already made the tassel too because that was crazy hard. That would take me like forever to do that. But you can buy a tassel, you can make a tassel. I just looked it up on YouTube on how to make it. Oh, that moved on me. What happens? That's why I use glues, because then I can just move it around a teensy bit before it sticks all the way. Okay. So now to do the hat, if you have in your stash, now other people also, we used to sell, I guess, a square punch, but I don't have the square punch. And so I saw this hack. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So I have the tailored tag punch, so that was good. So you take the tailored tag punch and you punch the tailored tag punch. Oops. punch this. And remember, when you do punches, don't put your fingers, your meat of your hands in between there. Always try to punch it. Otherwise, it will get stuck in there, and you will not like it getting stuck in there because it will hurt. And then this is what comes out, but we want to make it like the hat part. So we're going to take a sticky note. We're going to put on the tag, on this piece of the tag, and then inside we're going to take this piece that we just cut. I'm going to go back in here, and we're going to line this up from this end to this end. So there's a little end in here and this little end. I'm going to line this tag up so it's going to actually make a triangle. Ta-da! Just like that. So I'm going to save that if you want to. So now that we have the triangle, then we need the bottom piece. This piece right here. And then that makes the hat part. So now to get that piece, what you do is you take and you do another piece of this, cut another tag. You do a half a tag. So you cut it halfway. See how this is like halfway in here? You cut it halfway. And they had another like little round part of a punch, but I don't have that punch either. So I'm like, what else can I do round? It had an oval punch is what it was. I don't have an oval punch either. So I did this hack by this Label Me Fancy punch. And so I kind of eyeballed halfway, and I kind of put this in. I used another sticky note because you can't do this without putting this in here. So my sticky notes are not very sticky. So I eyeballed it, and I put this in here halfway, and I just wanted it to be, I probably can't do it now, but there's like this little round piece. So, and then I did it again on the other side. Yeah, I'm not going to get the, so I didn't get it quite as scoopy as that one, but you get the idea. I kind of put a little line, and then I could line it up on each side, but that's how I made that little scoopy part. But you don't even have to do that. If you want it just to be, you can leave it straight if you want to, but I just thought it was cute to do it that way. And so then also I want to put, so you can use any kind of, black little dots. We also have these little black and white brads. These are kind of cute. So you can use anything to be, the part of the hat. This is going to go on like this. So I'm going to actually glue that part on. Then I'm going to fuss with it, and I'll show you some more little parts. This is a new glue, so it like comes out. Okay. Now it's going to be like all over the place. All right, so now I want to poke a hole in that so I can put my brad and my little white piece here through there. So what I did before is I used my little pointed edge and my piercing tool, my piercing mat, and I just poked it through. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do it all at the same time. And I'm going to poke this through with my piercing thing. Hopefully that will work. Because I took that one apart like 10 times. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, no, that's not working. Okay. No. We're going to just poke that through. Okay, so that does not want to go through. That's what I had the problem with before. That was so much fun to try and get that to go through. All right, I'm going to cut that so it's even. Okay. So I had to do, I wetted it, twisted it, and tried to poke that through and use my tool at the same time. Just kind of work it through. Glue on my hands. Didn't get that piece through. I want that piece through too. You're not working with me. Clearly not working with me. Okay. There we go. Now we can put the brad through there. Imagine if I had another tool that could make that bigger, but that's fine. It all went through, so we're good. All right, now I can put my dimensionals on and see how that hangs off there. So now I can put my dimensionals. They're on my desk. All right. So I'm going to leave room in case I want to put a year. So I'm going to put this up here. I know it'll look kind of silly, but if I decide to go back some other time and do that. And there's my tassel. I'll glue this on. And I can always put the year down here. This will go on here. I do always put some glue on there, just on the ribbon. All right, I already did a bow, so let's put a glue dot on the bow. Also, I'm going to put a glue dot on this ribbon so it sits there right. So it's not sticking up. I don't like it sticking up. Glued out on the ribbon, or on the bow rather. I'm going to put it to the side. Give it a little trim. This piece on the inside. All right. And there's our other card. I'll fix that tassel, but there's our other graduation. Thank you. And then there's that one. Thanks, Mom. All right, so for this other card, so the dimensions, this one is another one. So I used, this DSP is really pretty, and it's also discontinued, but I used the Elegantly Said stamp set and the paper that goes with it. It was a bundle. And then I used, so our base, here's our card base. And so the base is 5.5 by 11, and you score it at 4 and then 8 and 1/16. That's a weird size, but this is going to give you what this little, it's going to be a fun fold is basically what it is. See, my desk is like everywhere. There it is. All right, so it's going to give us this little fun fold. This also, it can be a gift card holder, and I didn't make this one a gift card holder because obviously I don't need this one to be, but I actually made something similar like this and gave it to Jessica, and I did make it a gift card holder, and I did put a gift card in it for her. So this one I'm going to make differently and not put it as a gift card holder. So this panel, so the white panel, this white piece is 2 3/4 by 5 3/8. And then the DSP piece that's going to go on top is 2 5/8 by 5 1/4. I'm going to glue that together and glue that on. And then it's going to be glued on there. And this is going to be glued here. So it's going to go like this. It's going to open like this. Okay. So we're going to glue these two pieces together. This one you have just a little tiny border all the way around. Okay, and this is going to go on this piece. It's going to go on the front, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that. And then this piece is going to go on here. And it is 5 1/4, 2 5/8. It's going to sit on here like this. You could use that side if you want it to contrast, but I think I'm going to keep that the same. And I think I'm going to use this side for when I do the outside. So I'm going to keep that the same. Now, if you make this if you make it a gift card holder, you would only seal it like an L. You'd put glue here, and then seal it, and then this is where your pocket is, and then you make another piece that you can pull out to make it a pocket. But I'm not going to make it a gift card holder, so I'm going to go ahead and just seal it. Because it's going to go glued here, so I'm going to just glue here, and here, and here. And it's going to just come across here and just glue that. Okay. Now this is going to glue onto here. It's going to be our other piece. So this, to make the card, this is what this other card, this is called. So this piece is 4.5 by 7, and it's scored at 3.5. And this DSP piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And this inside white piece we're going to put on is also 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. But I'm going to take part of this punch, and I'm going to take my basic gray. I'm going to make a little punch from stamp. And I'm going to stamp part of this really pretty stamp in here. Down here at the edge. I'm also going to stamp on the inside my little saying, and my saying is, true love stories last forever. Didn't get that quite stamped, but that looks okay. I'm going to leave it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and glue that. Oh, I'm running over, sorry. Since I had everything cut out of the other card, I could go like really split fast. All right, so all right, so now I cut out with our punch. This is the label punch. Label me lovely punch. So that's that. And on this outside, I'm going to put happy anniversary. There we go. There it is. Happy anniversary. Getting in my gray. We'll do that in the middle. Perfect. And then I do want more of this little stamp. And I thought I practiced and I did on the top and the bottom, but I think I'm going to just do part of it just on the bottom. A little much when it's on the top and the bottom. So I think I'm going to come off and do it like on the side of it, just to give it a little more pizzazz. It's not quite so plain. And then I cut out again from the punch. And so we're going to put this, we're going to glue this, so we're going to give us a little bit of dimension. So when you do that, you just glue this like so. That gives it, comes out. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to actually put it on this part. I'm thinking if we cut this off, it will fit nicer on there. Cut this off so that it's a little more square, and I think that it will fit nicer in here. Yeah. Okay, so we give it a little more. See how it fit on there a little bit nicer? Okay, so I'm going to cut the edges off. So what I did was, this flares out a little bit, so I cut to that little flare mark, and that fit on there really nice. Put a little bit of glue. I always turn it over to see where I want it. See how far I want it. There. I'm going to put dimensionals on there. All right, so this piece is going to be our piece that's going to go in here. And you want this edge to be up so that it's going to be in the middle of our piece here. So you're going to line this whole piece up here, but leave this piece open. So this is going to go like this. And then this is going to go on the outside. So what I like to do, you can glue it, glue works good, but I like my tear and tape. So I always do my tear, excuse me. I always do my tear and tape. So I put tear and tape here. Put my tear and tape here. Tape here. Usually try to put it corner to corner, but it's not going to go anywhere. All right, and then use your little tool, and you can lift this up so that you get the paper, but leave the sticky side down. I can never get the sticky side or the paper up. I always get the sticky side. Oops, I almost did it upside down. Make sure you're not upside down. So now I'm going to close this because I want to center this. So, okay. So I'm going to just try and center this as best I can. All right, well, that looks pretty good. All right. And then that goes on the outside. There's my piece that shows me. All right, so this goes like this. I guess it could go either way. It could open either direction. You could open it like that. I do have some ribbon. I could put ribbon on it too. And some jewels. I mean, the paper itself is like really pretty, but there we go. There's my card. All right. Well, I went over a little bit. Sorry. But there's our cards that we made. So we have graduation and then happy anniversary. All right. Hopefully by next week I will be able to get through some of my new stuff and I could have a new project with some of our new things. But thank you for hanging in there and sticking with me. And I know all my products are discontinued, but you can always use whatever you have lying around to be able to get through your projects. You could just swap them out, but you could use the same concepts. So I will see you next week. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Thank you so much.